In the first video, we started teaching our donkeys to clear the front, helping them learn to follow a loose lead rope instead of pulling against it. In this video, we're taking the next step, teaching them to notice our intention to move. This is where leading really begins to click. We're going to have 4 different donkeys in this video, and right now I have wild donkey Rosa. She's at the very beginning steps of this, and the first step is I want her just to look in the direction of the lead rope. After she starts to get this down, then we'll start clearing the front, but she's not even at the step yet of clearing the front. You'll notice with Rosa, I'm still using pay. So here I'm asking her to step forward, or even lean forward. I would be happy with that. And she's not sure about this. She has never felt that pressure on her head before. And so I'm just going to wait for it. I'm not going to do tug of war. It's just a little constant pressure. And then as soon as she leans or steps forward, then I'm going to pay her. And then after this, I'm going to just go, there we go, nice step forward. And then she gets pay. And then I'm going to try to get her to kind of go in a circle. So you can see I'm walking towards her rear. I want her to lean or step towards me. Ideally, she would be stepping towards me and disengaging those hind ends. But this is the first time I've ever asked her this. So I'm not expecting much right now. So if your donkey doesn't have any ideas of what to do with that lead rope or what that lead rope means, we're going to start with this. Just very, very small movements. Her session is not much. I don't want to overwhelm her. Remember, donkeys are really stoic. So they can get overwhelmed, and it can be really hard to notice how overwhelmed they are. But you see how she's leaning away? She says, I don't understand. She looked towards me. I'm giving her pay. That pay is just helping her stay engaged with me. And when I'm giving her pay, I can also tell how overwhelmed she is. If she gets chompy when she's taking her pay, that tells me of how overwhelmed she is. There, she moved her feet nicely. And after this step, we won't be using pay anymore to teach them to lead. Have you ever had a donkey that just planted their feet and refused to move? Comment below what happened when you tried to lead yours. But here's the shocking truth. Most people teach leading by pulling and releasing. Pull, release, pull, release. Pulling doesn't teach your donkey to lead. It just teaches them to resist. Donkeys aren't being stubborn. They're thinking. If they don't understand what you want, or they don't want the same thing you want, pulling is only going to create more tension. Remember, we ride what we lead. So everything you do one day, ask under saddle, starts right here with the loose lead rope and a willing mind. If we pull and release, we're teaching them to resist what we're asking. But when we build connection and cooperation, when it feels like it's their idea, that's when a donkey truly begins to follow. It's not about control. It's about clarity. Show you guys about intention. So I'm going to show you that. So first, what am I saying to you? In step 2, we're helping the donkey notice that our body language means something. We want them to feel when we're asking for forward and when we're not. It's like saying hello, goodbye, or stop with your body. When I lift my hand and shift my focus forward, I'm saying hello. Leaning back and waving my hand, I'm saying goodbye. But if I stand upright and have my hand out, you know I'm saying stop. Just like that, our donkeys can learn to read our body language. Rosa here is learning to read my body language. She does what I'm asking. You can tell she's a little hesitant. That's okay. So first I asked her to clear the front, and now I'm asking her to walk. And she'll get it. Be patient. Here we're going to show you 4 donkeys with 4 different personalities. Rosa is still learning that movement doesn't mean danger. We watch how she hesitates but starts to follow my focus. Pine, she's a little bit faster with her reactions, but instincts to move first, think later. I keep my movement slow and predictable to help match my rhythm, to help her be able to match my rhythm. And then Squirrel, he used to offer to kick anytime he was not wanting to do what we were asking. But now he's starting to read intention instead of pressure, and that is a huge shift for him. Last but not least is Famous Shamus. He is the opposite. He wants to conserve his energy, With him, I use small steps and reward every try to keep him engaged. When your donkey starts responding to your focus instead of your pull, that's when they're truly leading. You're no longer in danger of dragging and pushing, you're communicating. This is where a little kid could even lead your donkey. If you're following this series, keep practicing step 1 and 2. Until your donkey can follow your intention on a loose lead rope. In the next video, we'll keep building on this, whether that means handling setbacks
She says
like
she's
a
gotta
donkey that doesn't want to be caught, or
okay.
teaching them the next technical step, rolling the hinds. Either way, we're getting closer to a donkey that leads anywhere, calmly and willingly. Now, whenever we start on a new step, guys, we're always going to keep practicing the step that they've already learned. So with Rosa here, it's catching her with quality and then starting on clearing the front, right? We're also going to practice her feet and everything else. Now, I'm kind of blocking her here right now. She really wants to go forward, and I'm trying to stop her from going forward. So what you were just seeing me do was block her. Because she's a little bit nervous and she's young, she likes a lot of extra attention, and so I take time to do that. Here, I'm asking her just to review what we already know, what we're already learning, clearing the front. And then you're going to see when I start to ask her for forward movement, I'm not asking for circles with her yet like I do with Shamus. The reason for that is she's just learning. I just need to introduce these thoughts to her and then let them kind of just sit and simmer, and she'll start to learn. Now here again, I'm just trying to block her because she's wanting to move more. Now when I use the flag to get that forward movement, I'm going to do enough to be effective. And as soon as I'm effective, I'm going to stop. So there I'm waving the flag. She starts to move and I stop. I don't need her to go for a long time. She's going on her own. I'm no longer asking her to go. And later on, I'm going to ask her to stay out where she was walking at. But right now, with her just learning and her being young, it's okay that she wants to come in for love and attention. Now, Pine here is doing a really good job with her circles and getting those circles going. Now you can see when she's walking, sometimes she pulls a little bit, and that's okay. I don't expect her just to walk in a nice calm circle. So if you see them pulling a little bit, don't worry about it. You're just going to keep building on this and make it good. Now if they are trying to pull away from you, you want to pull them back when their front inside foot is up. That way you're able to get them to come towards you, but we want to keep them in a nice calm circle is always our goal. But I am very pleased with how she's doing right now. When I ask him to move with my hand, that's his first cue. That's the good deal. I'm only going to use the flag if I need to. You can see there he's already trying to come up with the right answer. And there he cleared the front. What I'm noticing while I'm working with him is he's very concerned about what that flag is doing. Remember to spend lots of time getting your animal used to the flag. We never want them to move because they're fearing the flag. We want them to move because of the intention that we're giving them to move. If you're following this series, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next step. We're just getting started, and every lesson builds on the last. Right now, what I'm doing is showing him the flag, and when he shows interest, I'm taking it away to help him see himself as so powerful that he can move the flag. Now, once he gets more comfortable with it, we can start actually petting them. But you can see there, he thinks it's a good idea to kick out at the flag. Notice that when he kicks out, I'm ignoring it, but I am going to try to keep that flag where he's comfortable. I'm not trying to get him to kick. I'm trying to build up his confidence. There he thought about kicking, but he resisted. And note that as soon as he thought about kicking, I brought my flag back up higher to where he's comfortable. I'm not trying to get him to kick. I'm trying to build up his confidence. If you'd like extra help with your donkey, I offer coaching and member-only videos where I go even deeper into the why behind what you see here. You can find the info below the video. Step number 1 was clearing the front, and step number 2 is asking for forward motion, which is going to start building a circle. Now to start with, we're just doing a little bit. With him, I'm doing a little bit more with Pine. And there he wants to keep stopping, so I'm really asking him to go and to stay out of my space. He wants to come into my space. And then once we get some good forward movement, then I will stop. But here I'm still waiting for a little bit better forward movement so that I can ask him to stop on a note where he's got that. If I ask him or if I let him stop whenever he's not doing a good job of forward movement, then I'm going to teach him to resist. And here he's a little bit nervous. He doesn't understand what I want. Forward movement, and now I stop. And he says, well, what just happened? Next time we'll be building on this step, whether that means handling a donkey that doesn't want to be caught anymore or introducing the next skill, rolling the hinds. Either way, we're working towards connection, confidence, and communication. Notice my body language when I'm asking him to clear the front, and then what my arms do when it's time to ask him to walk, and then what they do when I want him to stop. Over time, your donkey is going to learn to read your body language, and they'll get very good at this. Remember, they're a prey animal. They are excellent at reading body language. Now, what we want to do is build a really good circle here. Now, don't expect that to happen overnight. Start with giving them a lot of rewards. You can see how often I'm only asking for a handful of steps, and then I'm letting him stop. This is because a donkey needs to have things in a slow order that makes sense. If they don't understand why they're doing something, they're not going to keep working for you. Donkeys don't like to do things over and over just for the sake of doing something over and over. Giving them breaks, giving them time to feel good around you is what's going to make or break this. Now we're going to be as firm as we need to just to be effective. And then as soon as they start walking, my flag will stay there, but I'm not going to keep moving it around. As soon as my arm goes down and my flag goes down, now it's time for him to stop. Now, when your donkey gets a little bit nervous about the flag, remember that we don't want them to move because of the flag. So I'm going to do a lot just to help him become comfortable and confident around the flag so he can keep learning to read my intention. Right now, my arms are not pointing anywhere. I'm not asking him to move. And he's not trying to move, but he is really curious about the flag. So a lot of downtime when you're doing this. Here I've taken like a 30-minute session and I broke it just down into a few minutes for you. Up next, we're going to have Famous Shamus. And Famous Shamus, he knows all of this stuff. He doesn't like to burn a lot of extra calories. And he needs a little refresher course because he's had kiddos working with him a lot. Throughout this video, you've seen multiple steps as we worked with Rosa, Pine. Here we're working with Squirrel, and last but not least is Famous Shamus. Now, donkeys can learn to read your focus, not just the rope in your hand. It's amazing how once they start understanding intention, they move with you anywhere. Have you ever let somebody know you want something because you stare at it and then look at their face? All of these little things that we already do, and then it's transferring this to work with our donks. Next time, we'll keep building on this step, whether that means handling a donkey that doesn't want to be caught anymore or introducing the next skill, rolling the hinds. Either way, we're working towards connection, confidence, and communication. Sometimes when I've been working with my donkey and things don't go as I had hoped, my donkey doesn't want to be caught the next time. Now, when we're introducing new things, we can make the mistake of not giving the right amount of breaks or breaks at the right time. So let me know in the comments if you're having any trouble and you would like to know what to do when things go wrong as the next video or the next step of rolling the hinds.